poured heavily outside a small home where Amina waited patiently for her husband to return. Earlier that evening, she had prepared dinner with love, carefully setting the table and expecting Yusuf home at his usual time. As the hours passed, the food grew cold. The clock slowly approached midnight, yet Yusuf was nowhere to be seen. Sitting alone on the sofa, Amina stared at the front door. With every passing minute, her worry grew stronger. Meanwhile, Yusuf walked through the rain carrying a burden no one could see. Financial struggles and fear of failure weighed heavily on his heart. When he finally reached home, he stood outside the door for a moment, gathering the courage to face his wife. As soon as Yusuf entered the house, Amina stood up. The silence between them felt heavier than the storm outside. Looking at him with tears in her eyes, she asked where he had been.
Yusuf, please tell me where you have been. You are making me really scared right now.
But Yusuf avoided her gaze. What began as a simple question soon became an argument filled with hurt feelings and unspoken pain. Unable to face the conversation, Yusuf walked away, leaving Amina standing alone that night. Amina turned to the one who never abandons his servants. On her prayer mat, she raised her hands and asked Allah to heal her marriage before the distance between them became permanent. Days passed. The laughter that once filled their home disappeared. They sat together at the dinner table, yet they felt like strangers. Finally, Amina gathered the courage to ask the question that had been breaking her heart. Do you even love me anymore? The words struck Yusuf deeply. For the first time, he saw how much pain his silence had caused. Later that night, Yusuf sat alone reflecting on everything that had happened. The congregation about the teachings of Prophet Muhammad.
Of mercy. Mercy is the heart of a sacred union. Let it always guide your life together.
And the importance of showing kindness and mercy to one's spouse. Every word felt as though it was directed at Yusuf himself. After the prayer, he remained seated in the mosque. Tears filled his eyes as he realized that while he had been fighting financial problems, he had nearly destroyed the peace inside his own home. When Yusuf returned home, he found Amina asleep on the sofa. For a long moment, he stood there looking at the woman who had stayed beside him through every hardship. The next morning, Yusuf sat beside her and finally spoke the words he should have said long ago.
I am so sorry for everything. I never meant to cause you any pain.
I am sorry. For the first time in many months, they spoke honestly. Yusuf shared his fears, his failures, and the pressure he had been carrying. Amina shared her loneliness, her sadness, and the pain she had hidden inside her heart. Tears flowed from both of them. But this time, those tears brought healing instead of distance. They forgave one another and promised to face every challenge together. From that day forward, they worked as a team. They prayed together, supported one another, and placed their trust in Allah. Years later, as they sat together watching the sunset, they reflected on the storm that had nearly separated them. Their struggles had not destroyed their marriage. Instead, those struggles had taught them patience, mercy, forgiveness, and gratitude. And they learned a lesson taught by Prophet Muhammad. The strongest marriages are not the ones without problems. They are the ones where two people choose each other again and again for the sake of Allah. And with Allah's help, their love grew stronger than ever before.